But
how do you think that your work as a yoga teacher and a yoga practitioner relates to the artwork that you make?
I think as a yoga instructor and a student, I think the patience that goes along with it and the meditation with all of the pattern work has been definitely rewarding, because it's been a very meditative practice for me. But also the concept behind this, there's nothing vulgar, there's nothing extreme, and it's all pretty comforting and positive, which is kind of an what's the word I'm looking for? It's just basically a theme that I have in a lot of my work, to have this warm color, and this, especially because I was surrounded by a lot of warm color, but also these warm objects, things that you want to take care of you, mother type people, and then also a lot of characters that make you want to be amongst them. I think to give this family-oriented kind of feel. And I think that having this practice and being able to be a teacher has made me respect my environment so much more and respect my family so much more. And I think that without that, I don't think I would be able to have a centered body of work. And I think that communicates a lot in the narratives. But, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, yes.
And I just wonder, what's your end ambition? I mean, because this is very ambitious. Where are you headed?
Well, there is no end ambition, I don't think. Well, I don't know where I want to go. I don't think anyone knows where they want to go, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's another thing about this, is that, I mean, my fiance says, is it worth it? And it definitely is, because it's a journey, you know. Some things might not work very well, and some things will disappear, some things will reappear, but being able to have the time to do this, and being able to say, I'm going to make a 12-foot tall skirt, and I'm just going to do it and see if it works. And oh no, it's too long, but we'll just drape it on the floor. So it's, and it looks more three-dimensional that way. And when you photograph it, and when you pull away from it, it actually looks sculptural. And that's something we didn't realize until we were in the space. And those kind of things, you can't hold on to certain ideas about who you are or what kind of artist that you are. You have to be able to adjust to your environment and adjust to what's given to you and try and make it work. And the first idea that I had about this specific piece in this space, I just wanted it to be flat on the wall. That was my initial, this is what I'm doing. But I realized that wasn't possible, so I had to adjust to it. So I would love to say I'm going to do this more, because I love working with burlap, and I'd love to do larger scale burlap installations that are movable, because all these pieces are movable. None of them are connected to one another on the wall, and neither are the pieces on the skirt. And I think that also shows that versatility, that nothing is permanent at all. Everything can change at some point. But I don't know where I'm going. I would like to say I'm going to go bigger and be able to add different dimensions and smells and sights and things like that. So, yeah. Yes, the double-headed llamas, which I've called the Yuya mamas, they are, I think they're kind of a guide. Basically, they take you through on the journey, which I've used in a few different of my paintings. I've used the actual image. It comes from it's actually a marriage cup. It comes from a very small, probably 6-inch tall terracotta ceramic sculpture. And I've just always been fascinated by it. I've used it so much, and I've never known the reasoning for it. And then they just kind of turned into this character where they just kind of take you along your way, and they're kind of quirky and strange, and you don't know if you should trust them, but you kind of have to you don't know where you're going, so you have to kind of let them guide you along the way. But yeah, I mean, they're interesting looking. It's an interesting looking figure, and I blew it up so large because I wanted you to understand how you related to it, because it's definitely to scale, as tall as probably an alpaca would be. But yeah, they're just guides. Mm-hmm. Does anyone else have a question?
Well, thank you.
Thank you.